And so then nothing gets done. Now, the fifth type of male is called the sigma male. And much, 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 much has been said about the sigma male. You could do a Google search right now, a YouTube search right now, and find at least 50 channels dedicated to the sigma mindset. And this is cause for some concern because gammas who do not wish to be labeled as gammas will often try to mimic the traits of a true sigma male. Now, what is a true sigma male? Well, he's the lone wolf. At a glance, he might be confused with a gamma or an alpha, depending on how he conducts himself. But this male archetype is normally just as rare as an alpha, but differs from the alpha and all the others in some key areas through key traits. They are honest to a fault, sometimes brutally so, like the alpha, but never being so out of malice. A sigma male has zero interest in participating in the hierarchy. They are happy outside it. They know it exists. They know that it serves a purpose. But if they're not invited, they couldn't care less. They really, really couldn't. Now, at the same time, were they called upon to join an organization and offer their talents, they would likely gladly do so because sigma males also do not have a grand vision that they wish to make come true. They may have a vision, but their vision, they would rather work at it alone. Because one of the key defining traits of a sigma male is that they actively pursue and they prefer to be alone over participating in any social event. Now, this is due to their higher than average IQ and EQ, and which is what often makes a sigma male an intellectual in their field. They are highly observant, natural lie detectors, and are so committed to the praxis of sound logic that the often false and duplicitous nature of, say, a prolonged social interaction actually taxes their mental energy. It drains them. It drains their mental energy to be in situations where they have to put on a smile and act in a certain way. And this is why a sigma male may go to your party and be the life of it, but then you won't see him for days because he needs the downtime alone to process, to self-reflect, and to work on their chosen craft or vision by themselves. They need no one. They would rather go at it alone. The sigma male is a confident male, but one that is also humble. And I think this is why a lot of men have latched on to the sigma male trait, because no one wants to be considered a gamma male, but there must be some. There has to be. No one wants to be considered a gamma male. And I think this is the reason why there are so many YouTube channels that promote this sort of sigma mentality, but they do so without mentioning the other archetypes, which to me is strange. It's strange because You want males to behave in a sigma-like way, but you don't tell them what the other ways are. And so this makes me feel as though some of the YouTube channels who promote the Sigma lifestyle are actually doing so in bad faith. Because if you notice, the examples they show of who Sigma males are generally alpha males. And remember, a Sigma has no interest in being an alpha male. Zero. Though he could do it and do it competently, he just doesn't want to. He just doesn't care. Well, he cares if he cares about an alpha's vision, but he is quite happy to just exist outside of the hierarchy. Now, the reason why they are able to do this is because they draw their sense of self-worth not based in the least on the opinions of others. They could care less what anyone thinks of them, but instead they derive validation from their solitude. And it is in their solitude that they have already applied pure, objective logic, even if it's against them, right, to their craft or their work that they're passionate about. And so the Sigma male is often his own worst critic. Now, they are quiet like the Delta, but are also unafraid of competition like the Alpha or Bravo if they see a logical inconsistency being unfairly leveled at themselves or others, whereas a Bravo or Alpha will just act. While many Gammas often like to think of themselves as the secret Alpha, when exposed as a duplicitous Gamma, they will then often try to assume the characteristics of a Sigma male, which they tend to fail at because, again, the key difference between a Sigma male and a Gamma male is that the Sigma is not vindictive, would not actively participate in the hierarchy, and they don't care about social adulation at all. The Gamma, however, does need these things in order for him to not put basically a bullet into his own head. And so most likely the Sigma male will not even ascribe to himself that he is a Sigma. That's an important thing to remember, that a true Sigma male will not even call himself a Sigma. That's how far outside of this hierarchy that he is. He does not even accept the label